Hi, I'm Ricky Malik, and today what I'd like to talk about is one of the most difficult situations that immigrants and families sometimes have to endure here in the United States. And that's when a family member or a foreign national is detained by immigration and customs enforcement. We here at the Law Offices of Ricky Malik, we handle a very large number of detained cases. And they're very, very challenging yet rewarding when we are able to obtain a bond or an alternative to detention, such as an ankle bracelet or what's known as release on recognizance with what's called an order of supervision, where someone might have to report monthly to the immigration services. One of the most frustrating parts for the immigrant and the families to understand is why. Why is the person detained, oftentimes at locations far, far away by immigration? Because they feel they've done nothing wrong and they're basically being detained for a visa type violation or not having the proper documentation. There are any number of instances that can cause someone to be detained. Oftentimes we find that when someone gets in trouble with law enforcement, if they're charged with a crime, even if they aren't ultimately convicted, but the charge of a crime in and of itself can oftentimes trigger a ICE detainer, which means that even if the person is scheduled to be released by ICE, they're released by the state or the local law enforcement facility, immigration comes in, puts a hold on them, and then whisks them away to be interviewed and then later relocated, oftentimes to prisons far away. When your family member is in this situation, the first thing you need to do is hire a competent, able attorney who's willing to fight for this case, and an experienced one. Now, with more and more immigrants being detained, more attorneys are getting involved with the detained immigration system, not fully aware of what that entails and the difficulties that come with it. We here at the Law Offices of Ricky Malik, we have handled and had great experience in being able to maintain our clients within the state that they're arrested, because that's another issue is someone can be arrested and within 24 hours be in Pennsylvania or Texas or Arizona far, far away. But we oftentimes get involved early enough to stop any far away relocation, and then we fight for the client to get bond. In order for a client to get bond, we first work with the Detention and Removal Office, the DRO. Now they're renamed the ERO, the Enforcement and Removal Office, in order to work with them to establish that the person meets the requirements in terms of not being a flight risk, not being a danger to the community, having potential relief available, having an attorney, a competent attorney on their side to ensure that they'll comply with all the requirements and stay out of trouble. And if the ERO does agree to release the person, it's wonderful. If not, we don't give up. We then file what's called a motion for custody redetermination before the immigration judge with the immigration court that has jurisdiction over the person's location. And there we go before an immigration judge. We bring the family members and anyone else. We submit letters, any other documentation, driver's license, proof of paying taxes, property ties, family ties, and sometimes even the relief applications in order to get the person a bond. We've been very, very fortunate here to have an unusually high rate of success, and knock on wood, I don't want to brag, but we specialize or concentrate, I'd like to say, we concentrate on detained cases and successfully freeing clients who are detained by immigration. For more, if God forbid your family member is detained by immigration, please call the Law Offices of Ricky Malik at 703-686-9900 to schedule a consultation, and we will do everything within our power to help you in this situation.